Good morning everyone. Today I'm working from home, fully remotely, and I want to take you through my day and show you what that's like and what challenges I have, technical, personal, and take you through that day. And then you can ask me questions and I can give you more information. It's time to get breakfast, then we're gonna get to work on these machines. Now had breakfast and let's get started. So what challenges do I have today? So today I'm working remote from home. The kind of challenges we have is not getting up early. Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm excited, I'm buzzing and raring to go. I am a morning person. Ask me my name at 9 o'clock and I won't be able to answer you. It's a different story. Challenges today, I need to get my newsletter out and I want to include what I did in October, the events I went to, what I've got coming out in November. I'm really excited with quite a few events coming out this month. Subscribe to my newsletter below if you want to have a look and see what events I'm going to. I will be vlogging them, and if you want to be in my vlog and give yourself a shout out, come and say hey and do that. But today specifically, in addition to the newsletter, I have to review open source pull requests. If you have submitted some open source pull requests to my projects, I'm really sorry that I've taken about a week to get to them. I am quite behind in those. I know it causes conflicts and causes extra work, so I'm really sorry about that. I just have had a really busy week. And then in addition to the open source work, I have to do my client work. So today we're going to be integrating to a third-party API, and there are challenges around that. Being a private third-party API, you know the documentation is going to suck. You know that the API is going to suck. Whereas if it's open source, these improvements can be made by people consuming the API. They can improve the documentation. But my advice to you, if you have an API, be it private or public, make sure documentation is really good and that you're consistent. Because it's not just about other people consuming the API, it's also about onboarding new people. Think about if you were joining the team, what would you like to see? You would like to see more documentation on how to get the API up and running locally, how to consume the API, headers, and any parameters you need to pass in, how you need to authenticate, etc. and so on. And doing these multiple things today, I need to buy tickets for one of the conferences coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm buying 2 extra tickets to help some minorities come with me to the event to increase a bit of diversity, and I want to hopefully include them in my vlog for the day to again have more inclusion. I don't know how some people do it. I really find it difficult to context switch. That's one of my challenges, is this context switch between different projects, different technologies, although there's a lot of overlap between technologies, but yeah, the different projects, the different domain models, the different taxonomy, can't pronounce that, but yeah, the different kind of terminology between those I find really challenging. One of the other big challenges I actually have from working from home, I love working from home, I think it's great. I do it 4 days a week and I go 1 day into London per week only, and even that day I don't have to always go in. But one of the challenges I have for working from home, like I said, is not getting up early. That is fine for me. One of the challenges is stopping for lunch. It usually comes at 12 o'clock. I've been up since 4, so I'm usually quite hungry by midday. And I think, oh, just 30 more minutes, let me just do one more thing. And it comes 1 o'clock. And then I think, let's just do one more thing. It becomes 2 o'clock. And like yesterday, working from home, one more thing, it's like 3 o'clock. I thought, right, I'm famished. I need to go and eat. It's almost been 12 hours since I had breakfast. So then I go and eat. And then I'm so hungry, I probably overate, and then I'm overtired now, and it's quite hard to get back into it. So I need to get better in that. And then the other thing I need to get better about when I work from home, one of the challenges I have is I don't stop working. So I love my home office. I've shown you my home office. I can do a proper video on my home office. I know people have asked for that. So I'll show you what kit I'm using, computer to external screens, to cameras, to lighting. But yeah, finishing usually becomes 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm still working and doing things. So I need to get better at that. And expanding my team and having people work remotely on my personal branding and my open source projects has really helped me into my clients' work. And although I can't say too much about it now, although I am encouraging them to open source their projects, so I am working on that, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll have some great news for you. But in the meantime, I can at least talk about some of the technical issues I've had. Actually today, we're integrating with a third-party API, and I haven't had technical issues per se. I've had more documentation issues, as in the documentation sucks. Like all third-party, enterprise, private APIs and private documentation, they suck because you can't make improvements, you can't benefit from the community feeding back improvements. I don't know why companies don't at least open source their documentation. Forget open source in their code base, there's a separate discussion. There are 1,000,001 reasons why they should, but I'll do another video for that. But their documentation, there's so many inconsistencies with URLs, some having S's, some not having S's, some needing these headers, some needing the other headers with different data. And it's just really confusing. Sometimes a Boolean, sometimes a string, sometimes a number. And it's just like, come on, be consistent. And I can't get it to work. So we're gonna have a call later on this afternoon with them to find out why these URLs aren't working and why the responses are coming back with error every time. Make your documentation open source. At least get a colleague or someone from a different team to review it and check that it's okay. So there's no assumptions have been made that the person developing the work usually makes. It's normal, it's natural. Second of all, if you can open source your documentation, it makes so much more sense. And be consistent. Let me know in the comments below how your Friday is going, how your end of week is going, what challenges you're having, and have you come up with solutions? Can we help with solutions? And any questions, let me know in below. If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. I think I'm always keen to be transparent and show you what I'm working on. I am pushing forward in getting my client to open source their project. So in a couple of weeks, I'm hoping to have some really good news for you where we've open sourced the project and actually show you some real code, share my screen and do some really exciting things. The actual great thing about working from home is when you've had a stressful morning and your food is on the cooker, you can kind of pop up and go to the gym. Let me take you with me. I usually have my headphones in and listen to an audiobook, and I've been learning or watch a YouTube video on my iPad with some educational videos. And it's always good to continue learning. I might read something about a tech event that someone went to that I couldn't go to, or something latest new features in Angular, or new features in Node, or new features in Cypress. Like, there's so many technologies that are always changing all the time. So it's always interesting to see kind of what people are reviewing them, see what's coming out in them, and how I can improve my storytelling for the events that I go to, for technologies that I use. And this is where your comments and your feedback and your suggestions in the comments below really, really help, because it allows me to guide my storytelling, my experience, and my transparency for you in a way that is more helpful, more interesting to you, and hopefully a bit entertaining as well. Like if I fell off this treadmill, that'd be quite funny, but it would hurt, and I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. By you leaving comments, it's really helpful for me knowing what to share with you, because I've got so much that I could share with you, but a lot of it's probably boring. Like, you don't wanna see the boring parts of my life, you want to see the interesting and the more useful parts. So I want to be authentic. I want to include the bad stuff as well as the good stuff. Just leave out the boring stuff. So any questions, any ideas, any suggestions, what you liked, what you didn't like, just leave in the comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. My channel is all about open source, getting you into tech, upskilling in tech, and joining the open source community, which I love so much. The end of the day, and the afternoon hasn't been too productive. Again, fighting with this private API and the documentation that's incomplete, missing, it's got gaps, inconsistencies. So we've contacted them, had chats with them, but they've been really busy and unable to give us any help. So I'm asking for, hopefully there's some more updated documentation. Probably not. So before I call it a day and go have dinner, spend some time with the family, because work-life balance is important, I am going to pay my employees. So I also have various developers around the world, London, India, Ukraine. I have video editors, I have photo editors to help me scale, and they're such an amazing team. Making international payments I find always so challenging. I don't know why. I will always double, triple check the currency conversion. Have a great morning, great day, great evening, wherever you are in the world. And don't forget, open source is for you. Get involved in tech. Open source is not just about coding. It's a great way to improve, learn, and share your technical skills and help you get the job that you deserve.